So we're entering what's called the Talisker Whiskey Atlantic Challenge, which is a 3,000 mile rowing race across the North Atlantic Ocean in our pretty small rowing boat. But it's an international rowing race, and it's probably one of the toughest rowing races, if not the toughest rowing race in the world. And the reason we're doing it is we are all instructors at the Army Foundation College in Harrogate, and we wanted to do something that really showcased what it is that we do for young people, and that the Army is a great employer and something that focuses on travel, adventure, opportunity, and all the things that the Army stands for. So probably one of the most important things that we have within our crew, a recently graduated junior soldier, so Kingsman Kiam Helm, who's only just turned 18. He'll become the fastest teenage ocean rower in the world. Well, certainly that's our intent, if we can get across in under 42 days. So we're really excited about the challenge. I think it's great. It showcases exactly what we want the Army to be, and hopefully inspires young people that it is a career of adventure and travel, and pushing people to their limits.
Here we are at the ocean rowing boat that we're going to be using to cross the Atlantic. It's 7 metres long by 2 metres wide, so not a huge amount of space for 4 men to live on. It's got 3 rowing stations on the main decks and a fore and aft cabin for the sleeping quarters. Most of the time we'll be 2 people rowing at a time, and 2 people doing administration around the boat, looking after ourselves, looking after the boat, doing little jobs, and then hopefully getting some sleep. The boat itself has a full suite of communication devices and navigation equipment inside here with the various antennas. If we look around the back, you'll see that we've got a solar panel on the rear and then a solar panel on the front as well, which powers our 2 lithium batteries, which, all being well on a nice bright sunny day, should give us the power we need. But there is potential for us to have to switch down on certain power devices and just use the essentials, so the water maker and our navigation equipment. If we move down the boat, you'll see our rowing areas. We're going to customise the seats ourselves, because the point of contact with your backside and your feet, and of course your hands, are the points that are going to receive the most punishment throughout the row. All of our food are going in these 4 storage hatches here, and we'll store water down the side in containers, and we'll make that water through the water maker, which is over there, and that converts seawater into drinking water, and again is powered off the solar panels. Here we have our jet boil, so that's going to boil the water for us when we come off shift, and we'll take out one of our ration bags, open it up, pop it down, let that settle, do our jobs on the boat, eat as much as we can before finally getting some sleep. Before we know it, we'll be back on the oars, and we're going to maintain that 2 hours on, 2 hours off for 35 to 40 days while we complete the crossing. We would like to think that we can take in 10,000 calories. Would be amazing, but we're not going to physically be able to do that. The packs we've got are 500, 800 or 1,000 calorie packs, but to try and eat 1,000 calorie pack in one sitting is really hard, especially when we're tired, especially when we're not necessarily hungry and we've been being seasick. So realistically, I would like to think with snack packs and other things that we can sort of bolster it with, we'll take in 7,000 to 8,000 calories a day, which is still a big ask, but we'll probably be burning 10 to 12,000, so we'll definitely be in calorie deficit as we complete the crossing.
We're doing a lot of gym work, strength and conditioning, stuff like that, a lot of cardiovascular endurance on the rowing machine, but more getting time on the boat itself. We've done a few practice rows. We've been out a few days. We did a 3-day row down in Burnham Crouch in the North Sea. That was a really good row, very tough coming in. We're going against the tide and the wind, and etc, etc. But learning from that, we learned a lot more mentally about the team. We can deal with like really hard conditions, if you say. But yeah, other than that, we've been really knuckling down in the gym. A lot of strength and conditioning, as I said. More flexibility, doing a lot of yoga and brogues. But yeah,
How do you think?
Just about see it there. So this is our Schenker water maker. It's designed for small craft and yachts, and it's powered again by the solar panels, and it takes a huge amount to actually get it working. So a huge amount of amps in the power. So we be using it when the sun's at its highest during the day, and so probably from about 10 till 12, 10 in the morning till about midday, and we'll run it constantly, and we'll produce all the water that we need. And that's probably we're probably looking at taking on, perhaps 4 to 5 litres each per day, including food, a little bit for washing, although most of the washing will be wet wipes, just getting ourselves clean when we come off the oars and getting the salt off of us. They're really good bits of kit, but they could go wrong, and so we have to do the courses to make sure that we know how to troubleshoot. If your water maker goes down, you're in the middle of the Atlantic.
2 hours rowing in this position, or any of these positions depending on what the weather's doing, and then 2 hours of rest on either side. I say rest, that 2 hours is going to be cleaning yourself, cleaning the boat, feeding yourself, feeding each other, stretching off as best we can, and hopefully getting on paper 90-minute sleep cycle in that 2 hour window as well. So
Now, how does that affect you emotionally then? Because it's obviously not the normal sleep pattern.
emotionally, so if there's something that the army is quite good for, is that you've always got a nice allegory for when you're really knackered. So being on exercise and training, you find yourself deprived of sleep quite a lot. So we've got some experience of how we're going to feel when we've not slept properly. But they say not having appropriate sleep is the equivalent of being drunk 3 times the limit for driving. So our decisions are going to be much slower, probably less logical than you'd expect. We're also going to struggle with with motivations to get up and keep rowing, I think. But you have to always bring it back to why are we here? What has brought me to being on the boat? Why am I with these guys and doing this? And if you keep that at the forefront of your mind, I'm not sure. Well, hopefully, no matter how tired you get, you'll be able to bring yourself back down to earth and get on with it, on the job that needs to be done.
More of a team, we'll be with each other across the whole way, but it's more mentally, not more how physically we are. Obviously it's going to affect us a lot the more physically robust we are as we go across, but it's all up here, it's all in the head. If you can manage your fitness well and you have the right mindset, then you can do anything in life. You can get across any challenge.